Fear is a creation of the mind, an illusion we give life to by focusing on it, feeding it, and allowing it to dictate our actions. False evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. It's a destructive force that holds people hostage in their own lives, convincing them that they are not good enough, not strong enough, not worthy of success. And because we have given it power in our minds, it becomes our reality. That's why the great thinkers and leaders of history have always said, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. Fear is a monster we construct with our thoughts. And like any monster, it only has the power we grant it. If you want to transform your life, you must begin by cutting off the sources that fuel your fears. Turn off the voices of negativity, the news that tells you the world is falling apart, the conversations filled with doubt and despair, the critics who insist on reminding you of every potential failure. Instead, fill your mind with knowledge, with wisdom, with messages that empower you rather than paralyze you. Faith comes by hearing. So what are you hearing every day? What are you allowing into your consciousness? What you listen to, what you read, what you expose yourself to daily will shape your thoughts, and your thoughts will shape your reality. Start immersing yourself in powerful content, seminars, workshops, books, and audio programs that strengthen your belief in yourself. Surround yourself with people who uplift you rather than tear you down. Build an environment that fosters success, that nurtures your potential, that reinforces the idea that you are more powerful than your fears. Keep a journal. Record your thoughts. Write down your ideas. Keep track of the things that move you, the moments that inspire you, the breakthroughs that come to you unexpectedly. Because here's the truth. Every year, we all receive a few game-changing ideas. Ideas that, if acted upon, could completely revolutionize our lives. But most people ignore them. Most people let them slip away. Most people are too afraid to pursue them. What if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if I'm not good enough? And so they stay stuck. They become their own worst enemy, sabotaging their own success, working against themselves unconsciously. They let fear immobilize them. But the only way to break free is to recognize that your dreams, your gifts, your potential are worth more than your fear. You must hunger for them so intensely that the desire to achieve them becomes greater than the fear that holds you back. You must push past your doubts, past the voices that tell you it's impossible, past the conditioning that convince you that you are not capable. I once read about a missionary who traveled to Africa to study a tribe of headhunters. He struggled to build a relationship with them because deep down, he was afraid that they would reject him, afraid that they might harm him, afraid that he put himself in a dangerous situation. For months, his fear kept him from making progress. Then, one night, as he lay in bed, he asked himself, what's the worst that could happen? They could kill me, but this is my life's work. This is why I came here. I refuse to be afraid anymore. And the next day, everything changed. He approached the tribe with confidence, without fear, and suddenly, they welcomed him. Years later, when asked how he had managed to turn hostility into trust, he said, when life can no longer threaten you with death, what else is there to fear? Think about that. Most of our fears are not life or death situations, but we treat them as if they are. We blow them out of proportion. We allow them to govern our lives, to limit our dreams, to keep us from stepping into our greatness. But if you take a step back and ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? You'll often realize that the fear is an illusion. You've been feeding it. You've been giving it power. And the truth is, what you focus on expands. If you focus on fear, it will grow. If you focus on failure, you will see more of it. If you focus on negativity, it will consume you. But if you focus on possibility, on solutions, on success, your life will change. I used to sell televisions door to door. Every day, I knocked on doors, faced rejection, and refused to give up. Would you like to buy a television set? No money down. Door slammed. Thank you very much. Do you know anyone else who might be interested? Another rejection. Another slammed door. Another long day with no sales. But I didn't stop. I kept knocking. I kept asking. I kept believing that eventually I would find someone who said yes. And that's exactly what happened. Because success is not about never facing rejection. It's about refusing to give up in the face of it. It's about knocking on one more door, making one more call, taking one more step forward, even when everything inside you is telling you to quit. The universe responds to the person who refuses to be denied. The business you want, the book you want to write, the dream you have, it's all possible. But only if you're willing to stand there, to face the challenges, to endure the setbacks, and to keep pushing forward no matter what. History is filled with examples of people who changed the world because they refused to give up. When John F. Kennedy said, "We will go to the moon," people didn't know how it would happen, but they believed. They committed. They took action. And because of that commitment, they made history. Commitment is the key to everything. It's what separates those who succeed from those who don't. The people who make a difference in the world are not necessarily the smartest, the most talented, or the most connected. They are simply the ones who refuse to quit. If you want to transform your life, you must commit. You must decide that no matter how hard it gets, no matter how many times you fail, no matter how many people tell you it's impossible, you will not stop. You will keep going until life gives in. Because nothing can resist a person who is truly committed. Commitment is more than just a word. It's a mindset, a force that separates those who achieve their dreams from those who surrender to fear, doubt, and resistance. Commitment means deciding that no matter how hard the journey gets, no matter how many obstacles appear in your path, no matter how much rejection you face, you will not turn back. You will not quit. You will not allow temporary setbacks to become permanent defeats. Think about the great breakthroughs in history. They did not happen because someone was merely interested. They happened because someone was committed. Someone stood up and said, "I will do whatever it takes." Someone refused to be denied. Someone decided that they would rather fail trying than live a life of regret. Look at the people who have transformed the world. Scientists, entrepreneurs, visionaries, leaders, inventors, revolutionaries. None of them had an easy path. None of them woke up one day and simply stumbled into greatness. They fought for it. They sacrificed for it. They endured failures, ridicule, doubt, and pain. But they never gave up. When you make a real commitment, when you burn the bridges behind you and say, "This is my path, and I will see it through," something shifts inside you. You stop making excuses. You stop looking for easy ways out. You stop allowing fear to dictate your choices. And the universe begins to respond to you differently. See, life respects those who refuse to back down. When you stand firm in your decision to succeed, life will test you. It will throw obstacles in your way to see how serious you are. It will challenge you to see if you're willing to push past discomfort, to keep moving forward even when everything inside you screams to quit. But when you refuse to back down, when you stand tall and say, "I will not be moved," life eventually surrenders. The doors that were once closed begin to open. The resources that seemed out of reach suddenly become available. The people you need to meet, the opportunities you need to seize, the breakthroughs you've been waiting for, they all start aligning in your favor. Why? Because you made a decision. You stopped waiting for permission. You stopped hoping for the perfect conditions. You stopped hesitating, doubting, and second-guessing yourself. You took action despite the fear. You kept going despite the setbacks. You pushed through despite the pain. And that's when life rewards you. That's when you step into your power. But here's the truth. Most people never get there. Most people give up too soon. Most people retreat at the first sign of failure. They see a closed door and assume it means they should turn around. But the ones who succeed, they knock again and again and again. They refuse to accept defeat. I remember reading about Thomas Edison, the man who gave the world the electric light bulb. He failed over 10,000 times before he finally got it right. 10,000 failures. Most people would have quit after 10 or 50 or maybe even 100. But Edison didn't see failure the way most people do. He saw each failure as another step closer to success. He once said, "I have not failed. I just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the mindset of champions. That's the mindset of winners. They do not allow failure to define them. They do not let setbacks break them. They understand that every great achievement is built on a foundation of persistence, resilience, and unwavering commitment. And that's exactly what it takes to make your dreams a reality. You must be willing to fail your way to success. You must be willing to stand in the fire and endure the heat. You must be willing to stay the course, even when the road is rough, even when the nights are long, even when you feel like you have nothing left to give. Because here's the truth. Every great dream will require a great fight. The business you want to build, the career you want to excel in, the life you want to create. It will not come easily. It will demand everything from you. It will demand long nights, early mornings, sacrifice, discipline, and relentless effort. It will demand that you keep moving forward even when you're exhausted, even when you're discouraged, even when it feels like nothing is working. But if you refuse to give up, if you refuse to settle, if you refuse to let fear and doubt control your destiny, there is no limit to what you can achieve. I remember when I was struggling to get my career off the ground. There were days when I felt completely defeated, days when I questioned if I was even capable of succeeding. I faced rejection after rejection. I heard no so many times that I lost count, but I kept going. I kept pushing forward. I kept knocking on doors, kept improving my skills, kept believing in myself even when no one else did. And eventually the breakthrough came. Not because I was the smartest, not because I was the most talented, but because I refused to quit. That's what separates the winners from the rest. Winners stay in the game. Winners keep fighting. Winners keep believing, even when the odds are stacked against them. And here's something else. Commitment is not just about achieving external success. It's about who you become in the process. When you commit to something bigger than yourself, when you push past your fears, when you step outside your comfort zone and take risks, you grow, you evolve, you transform into the person you were always meant to be. Because success is not just about what you get. It's about who you become in the pursuit of your dreams. And that transformation, that's priceless. It means stepping into your true power. It means breaking free from the limitations that have held you back for too long. It means realizing that you are far stronger, far wiser, and far more capable than you ever imagined. And once you realize that, once you see yourself as a powerful, unstoppable force that you truly are, nothing can hold you back. So today I challenge you. Commit, decide, refuse to quit, no matter what obstacles appear, no matter what challenges arise, no matter how many times you fail. Keep going, keep believing, keep fighting, because the only way you lose is if you quit. And you are not a quitter. You are a warrior. You are a champion. You are a force to be reckoned with. So stand up, step into your greatness, and show the world what you're made of. The journey to success is not just about having a goal or a dream. It's about developing the mindset and resilience to own your power and become unstoppable. It's about stepping fully into who you were meant to be, breaking past limitations, and refusing to let fear, doubt, or rejection stop you. Because here's the truth. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is you, not your circumstances, not your background, not your past failures. Your beliefs, your attitude, your willingness to keep going when everything inside you tells you to quit. And the moment you decide, truly decide, that you are done making excuses, done settling for less than you deserve, done allowing fear to dictate your actions, that's the moment your life changes forever. Because nothing in this world is more powerful than a person who is fully committed. When you truly commit to something, you stop waiting for the right time. You stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for someone to validate you, support you, or believe in you. You become the person who creates their own destiny. And that's the moment you start attracting the right opportunities, the right people, and the right circumstances into your life. Not because of luck, not because of chance, but because your energy has changed. Your mindset has changed. You stepped into a new version of yourself, one that refuses to be denied. Breaking free from fear and excuses. One of the biggest things that holds people back is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. But the reality is, fear is an illusion. It's something you create in your mind. It's nothing more than false evidence appearing real. Think about it. How many times have you been afraid of something, only to realize later that the fear was exaggerated? That it wasn't as bad as you thought? Most of the time, the things we fear never even happen. But when we let fear control us, we live small. We stay stuck. We rob ourselves of opportunities, experiences, and growth. And the only way to break free from fear is to face it head on. Because fear only has power over you when you let it. But the moment you stop running, the moment you say, I will no longer let fear control me, something shifts inside you. You realize that you are bigger than your fears. And that's when you take your power back. It's time to stop making excuses. It's time to stop saying, asterisk, I'll start when I have more money, more time, more support, more confidence. You will never feel 100% ready. And if you wait for the perfect moment, you'll be waiting forever. The perfect moment is now. Take action now. Move forward now. Because every day you wait is another day lost. Another day you could have been building your dreams. Another day you could have been creating the life you deserve. The road to success is not easy. It will test you. It will challenge you. It will push you to your limits. But if you refuse to quit, if you refuse to back down, if you refuse to settle, asterisk, asterisk, you will win asterisk, asterisk. Because success is not about never failing. It's about never giving up. There will be moments when you feel discouraged. There will be days when you wonder if it's all worth it. There will be times when you question yourself, your abilities, and your dreams. Your story is still being written. Your success is still unfolding. Your breakthrough is on the other side of your persistence. So don't quit. Don't let temporary pain cause you to make a permanent decision. Don't let fear stop you from stepping into your greatness. At the end of the day, success is not just about money, status, or achievements. It's about who you become in the process. It's about waking up every morning with a sense of purpose. It's about knowing that your life matters, that you are making a difference, that you are living fully instead of just existing. Because life is short. One day, we will all leave this earth. And when that day comes, you don't want to look back with regrets. You don't want to say, asterisk, I wish I had tried harder. I wish I had taken more risks. I wish I had believed in myself. You want to say, asterisk, I gave it everything I had. I lived boldly. I left nothing on the table. That's what true success is. And you have the power to create that kind of life. It starts with a decision to stop waiting, a decision to stop doubting yourself, a decision to step into your greatness right now, today, because you are powerful beyond measure. You are capable of more than you ever imagined, and the world is waiting for you to rise. So stand tall, walk boldly, own your power, and show the world what you're made of. This is your moment. This is your time. No more excuses. No more waiting. Go after it.